Okay, again, we're still talking. They're still talking to Melissa England. Um, they had before they had all split up when they were at I think a club or something. Mention of going bowling on Sunday because Melissa's before Melissa's flight, and it was brought up that she should go and with Melissa and Troy and bring Tony and Kaylee. Casey thought it was a good idea. Did not see Casey after July 3rd. Defense cross. Does not know how or when Kaylee died. Again, using the same questioning. And she did not say anything about Kaylee being missing, kidnapped, or being deceased. State witness Troy Brown. Troy says the reason Casey said she could not go to Puerto Rico was because she needs to find a place to live in a car. When Casey picked him up at the airport on 7/15/08, she seemed normal. Defense cross. Goes through same routine of does he know where Kaylee or how she died and where, when, what, who. The state, these are very short friends actually. State witness Eisen Donov met Kaylee once at Kaylee's second birthday party. Only time he saw Kaylee. His AOL Instant Messenger name is Doorknob375. On 6/13/08, an IM on AOL, Casey said she's moving out soon, within a week of this date. Casey talks about a nanny and loves her nanny. Interested in starting a relationship with Casey at the time, even though she had a boyfriend. Casey as well was interested in starting a relationship with him. Defense cross. January 2007, knew Casey since then. Didn't know she had a nanny until the instant message. Also believed she worked. State witness Dante Salati. Known Casey for 11 years, went to high school with her, met Kaylee many times, lived at Sawgrass Apartments in 2005 to late 2008, early 2009. Casey was at his apartment in 06 and 07 at apartment 218. Seen Casey in June and July of 2008 at Miller's Ale House on 7/1/08. For about an hour, hour and a half, she seemed normal, unfree of worry. No cause for concern, did not talk about Kaylee, did not see or communicate with her after 7/1/08. Defense cross. He said how much Kaylee loved Casey. Casey was attentive. State witness Chris Stutz. Met in 07, dated but not very long because he lived in Tallahassee, and he said Casey was happy. Not much from the defense cross. State witness Matthew Crisp. When he saw Kaylee on 6/19/08, Casey was joyful and happy. And the reason why he saw her on 6/19 is because where he worked is where Tony Lazaro was looking for an apartment. Saw Casey on 7/7/08. She had called or texted him and asked if he wanted to have lunch. They went to Subway. They had lunch together. Asked what Kaylee was doing. Casey said she was Kaylee was at a play date. She said she was very happy. Defense cross. He said he met Kaylee may have been more than once. Never seen Kaylee abused. Again, defense Cheney Mason asked about if he knew when, where, or how Kaylee died. Of course, he said no. Then the jury was dismissed for the evening, and there was in the middle of a brief recess. During that recess, Casey is smiling and playing with her lips, and then she starts biting her fingernails. And I have heard that biting your fingernails is a form of being nervous. So the judge, there was a brief recess, like I said. The judge says, okay, is there anything else you guys want to take care of right now, XYZ, or do you want to do this in the morning? Defense asked for George Anthony's transcript for the grand jury testimony. And then the state said that because they said he impeached himself. So the state had said, well, why don't the court, Your Honor, read it yourself and determine if it has any relevance. So the judge asked for a transcript so he can look at it to see if it has any relevance for the defense to have it. Then the defense said the questioning of her friends about her being happy for 31 days is irrelevant, asked for a mistrial. The judge said it shows her conduct, not lack of remorse. Layman Sturm denied. So, what they were talking about is because they said they cannot use remorse. They cannot say anything, that she wasn't showing remorse, XYZ. And the state said that's not what it's for. It's to show her conduct in that 31 days. The judge is allowing it. So they had Anthony Lazzaro come back for to talk about the secrets without the jury there. And this was information to profit for the defense. Casey had told Tony Lazzaro that Lee Anthony tried to abuse Kaylee, and Tony was shocked. While he's talking about this, there are no tears from Casey. And gee, I wonder why. Because there's no jury in there. That's why there was no tears. Said he knew nothing of sexual abuse from George Anthony. Then the judge asked him some questions. When did Casey tell him about Lee? And he said it was around my New York trip, which would have been before 6/30/08 or after 7/5/08. Tony said she told him that Lee tried to feel her up on her chest. Casey did not say an age. Again, Casey looks very confused at this point. Lee did not succeed, he said. He just tried to feel her up, in his words. Casey said to Lee, or not Lee, Casey had told Tony about some kind of form of George hitting her. He took it as discipline she had told him this was a child. The defense talked to him again, reading some more things, and that was the end of day 3. Since I have some time on this video, I would like to make a few comments here. First, I want to go back to what I talked about yesterday, when Erica Gonzalez was on the stand. So, one of the people that watched this video and I've been communicating with, her name is Truth Seeker for Life. Hi. She had put a comment on there saying how that Erica Gonzalez resembles Casey's description of Zenaida Gonzalez. And and I'm going to quote her on this. Truth Seeker said, Casey always mingles a little truth in her lives. Now, I didn't even thought about that point until she had brought it up after she watched one of my videos yesterday. And that's a very good point. That Erica does look similar to the description that Casey gave police about Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez. And that was a very interesting point. I just want to point that out. If anybody can go back and look at her, what she looked like. Her name was Erica Gonzalez. ERICAGONZALES. And this was on 5/25, 2011, testimony on day 2. There's a couple other points that I really wanted to make. Let me just go back and look at a few things. No, I can't think. It's late, so I can't think. I want to talk about when George Anthony was on the stand, how Baez was talking to him. Baez really was talking to him with meanness. And you could tell by the tone of his voice. I really hope the jury looks at that, because when a witness is on a stand, you don't speak to any witness like that. You don't talk to, I don't care if they're for your side or the other side. You don't talk to them, because that shows a lot of disrespect. George Anthony did say, look, if you show respect, you'll get respect. You show respect, you'll get respect back. He very much kept himself very composed while he was on the stand, and Baez was questioning him. He had a little smirk at one point, and Baez like, well, do you find something funny? And George Anthony is just like, what you said was kind of funny in my mind, or whatever. And, whatever it was, I can't even remember exactly. But I really foresee that this is going to be a very tedious process. I knew it was going to be long. I didn't feel like it was going to be like pulling teeth from the defense side. no matter who they have on stand, it's like flipping pulling teeth. We have not heard from Cindy Anthony yet. We have not heard from Lee Anthony yet. Which hopefully that'll be by the end of the week. I know tomorrow's Friday, but they do work a half a day on Saturday. I don't think that they're going to be working. I don't think they're going to be having the trial on Monday, Memorial Day. Even though the juries had said they would prefer to work on Memorial Day. And I'm assuming just to get done quicker. And I also want to talk real quick about, I had a nasty little comment on one of my videos about, because of you in this country, in our country of America, I'm assuming they're not from America, about judging, you're not supposed to judge, this, that, the next thing. I just want to put out there that any extra commentary that I give is my own opinion. And I believe I'm entitled to it. Oh, one quick thing I do want to bring up. Today, when Anthony Lazaro was talking about how Casey and Kaylee interacted and what Kaylee knew and everything else, we saw a different side of Casey today. Just that brief moment. And they talked about it on In Session. We saw... How do I want to put this? I'm not saying that I still think she's innocent, but we saw a piece of humanity. A piece of being a true mother. And you know what? I really think as this trial goes on, we're going to see the true side of Casey Anthony. We are definitely going to show, she's going to let it slip in. She's going to show her true side. And I can't predict the future, but I want to say I have a little inkling that maybe she might crack and tell the actual real truth. I can't say that for certain, but it was nice to see that she was somewhat human. But then again, you know, as soon as that was over, and you know, that was a small little piece. Oh, when they were talking to Tony Lazario, I want to do a quick comment about this. When they were talking to Tony Lazario after the jury had left, and he said, well, I don't know any abuse by George Anthony. I took it as he disciplined her as a child. She didn't talk about sexual abuse. I saw Cindy smile. And my thoughts on that is my heart goes out to you, George and Anthony and Cindy Anthony. Please, I understand that you want to support your daughter, but you need to support Kaylee more. And seeing that you're smiling about what he said shows that you know Casey does lie. Casey is lying. And I hope that, you know, that continues and kind of... I took it as a victory in some sort for Kaylee of her smiling, because it just shows a lot of the accusations that Casey's making may not be true. So, for this evening, thank you for watching. I hope you guys continue watching. I will have more videos for you for the trial update.